What am I supposed to be working on? Huh. I know there was something that I was working on and updating you guys about. Oh yeah! Trenchfoot! So, I got really distracted when Valve announced the jungle stuff and was looking for a jungle map. I was working on this very steadily, and then I stopped for Overgrown. And since Overgrown is done, I figured it was time to jump back into Trenchfoot. So, last time I updated you, I'd been testing it. It was looking really good. I was really excited for it, and I stopped talking about it. I did a couple little updates in between. I did a lot of little gameplay tweaks and, like, just things that make it more fun. Like I put these barbed wire fences here that do damage to you. Just a tiny little hazard in the map. They do like 1 tick of damage at a time, but it's really funny if you kill somebody on it. I've got like this little alcove down here now, which actually has, let me turn that off, has a little small health and ammo pack, which is a really nice place to duck into if you're getting chased down here. I've put this sniper cover. I know I said before that it felt like snipers had to be really exposed and it was really awkward. And it gave you a way to get up here now too, or gives you a way to get up here. And they've got a little bit of cover. You've got a little cover to push this middle area up. But yeah, I basically did a bunch of little tiny things like that to it last. Little micro gameplay elements like this stuff here. Oh, I know I changed the spawn rooms. The spawn rooms now have an exit up top because I felt like the exits were too on the same like flat plane. It was getting really boring. So this one's got that kind of a lower walkout. This one here, they do end up in the same place, so they're not too drastically different. Like a demo man standing here could camp both of these. But I added this upper area here, and that gives you a little bit of height advantage if anybody's camping. So I think that'll help the spawn rooms. I'm still not that satisfied with, still not satisfied with this room here. It's really plain and boring, and I hate it. And this is also very plain and boring, but it's not as bad. I think maybe with some like curved ceilings and whatnot, like the 2-4 basement tunnels almost. I think maybe that would help, but I don't know if it makes any sense over here. So that might get adjusted. What I have done since the last update is, despite not working on the map as much, I have been testing a ton. I've been throwing this into the servers. I basically took a break from the map, and it gave me a chance to get refreshed, which sometimes you need. If you keep just working on a map, you will lose your mind. You will forget what the map looks like to play on. If you get too in Hammer, you think about it from the perspective of Hammer rather than a perspective as a player. So I highly recommend, if you're really stuck on a map, if you want a fresh take on it, stop working on it, play it a bunch. It helps a lot. It's helped me a lot, and I think I have some really cool ideas for this that I want to work on. Because I'm really excited about this map. This is actually a really fun map that it was honestly kind of a throwaway project when I did it for the 72-hour jam, and now I'm starting to really like it. So we're going to put some more effort into it. The big thing too is the gameplay was pretty much done on this, except for those like few areas that I wanted to tweak. But I kind of want to retheme it, which is not too far along in the theming. Like it's pretty bare bones. Just like the 72-hour jam stuff that I did for the most part. But I saw a map, an MVM map that was made for the recent MVM contest that I really, really liked. It was made by Freya. It's called Sequoia. And the theme of that is these giant sequoia trees made by UEAKCrash. She's got a ton of these in here. But the map itself is sort of almost like logging, maybe a little bit of mining thrown in, but, and these giant sequoia trees, like very dense forest. A little bit of industrial mixed in, but I love those trees. They look really, really cool, and I want to do something with them. Like, look at those beautiful trees. So I think it would be really, really cool to retheme Trenchfoot using this theme. I like working with like wood textures and like the wood beams. I've always been really strong with that stuff. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to use Sequoia, the MVM map, as a like study. I'm going to study the map and base my theme off of it. But that does mean I'm probably going to have to redo some gameplay areas because I want to incorporate some of those big trees. And I think I have a few spots that I could put them in, like if I made this building a little bit smaller, maybe I could replace it with a big tree here instead. Maybe these corners could get replaced with a tree. I'm not sure yet. I definitely want some trees in the gameplay space. The more that are in the gameplay space, the more that have to be symmetrical, though, which is one downside. So maybe I can try to find some middle ground in there where it's most of them are outside of the map, and the few that are inside of the map aren't too noticeably symmetrical. I don't know. It's going to take some work. Making those asymmetrical would probably be better, but I don't necessarily want to hurt the gameplay in that regard. I mean, I can always put them on the edges over here. Like, instead of having this fence, it would be a giant tree blocking your way. You can't get through because of it. And then that would allow me to do something sort of asymmetric, like the trees over here instead of over here. You know, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I can play with it, but it's a theme that I'm excited to work on, especially after seeing that map, because it's a really beautiful map especially for an MVM map where you have to do minimal detailing. And Freya has always been a great detailer. She's the one that is also working on Shoreleave, which I'll throw a little snippet of an update in there. We've been going really nuts on Shoreleave. Well, I should say Freya has been going really nuts on Shoreleave, and I've been kicking her in the butt to keep her going. And it's getting really close to a release. Basically, we want to surprise everybody with a full detail because it looks amazing. Freya is doing an absolutely insane job on it, and I'm very, very excited about the map, but it needs a lot of work. Basically, the first initial massive detail pass is getting close to being finished for the interior space, and now we still need to do like the exterior of the map, the skybox, the out of bounds kind of areas. And then we're going to need to optimize it and clip it. She left all the clipping for me because she knows I like clipping. But anyway, enough about Shoreleave. We're talking about Trenchfoot on here. You'll see Shoreleave hopefully soon, probably Valve time soon. I'm sorry, but we'll try our best. Speaking of Freya, so yeah, I'm gonna get to work on Trenchfoot again. I'm hoping for an update sometime in the next couple weeks. I've got some other projects that I'm working on, some other things that I am doing that will probably interfere with that, and I shouldn't ever say a timeline for anything I ever do because that doesn't work for me. I'm very much like Valve that I can't do timelines. But I'm going to try to do a couple weeks. I want to retheme this. I want to throw some trees around. Maybe just knock out some brushwork. Bring this back to doing more gameplay adjustments while trying to incorporate the trees. And then once I get the trees incorporated for gameplay purposes, I can finalize the gameplay and then start moving to detailing and doing this sawmill, logging, maybe a little bit of mining kind of theme to it. And I think it'll fit the Trenchfoot, the trenches idea really cool. It will still be Frontline. I'm not retheming it off Frontline. That's really important to mention. It's basically like if a war zone happened in this logging camp kind of thing, and they dug trenches through it a little bit, and that's the general idea. So whoops, I am very excited to see where this heads. I hope you guys are too. If you are interested in doing some map testing, whether it's Overgrown, Shoreleave in the future, Trenchfoot, or any of my other maps that I play, you should check out my Discord server. That's the place that I've been doing my primary announcing. It's the first place I go for announcements. There's a link in the description. I'm not pushing this a ton like on every video because I don't want to bombard myself with people, but if you're interested in my maps and you've come this far and you've listened to this entire video, you should join my Discord server and come hang out and give me map feedback and talk to me. And you know, I can help you with your mapping stuff a little bit, and other people there that are really talented mappers, they can help you. Join that, or follow me on Twitter, or join my Steam group, or etc, etc. God damn it, Windows, you shitting me anyway. Now that Windows decided my video is done, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for watching.